Imagine this, just fighting, all melees and combos, no instant sparking mode, no charging up key, just straight hands, all melees and super attacks, all hands, fights last longer, people can't rely on sparking mode, they can't use instant sparking mode, they actually have to fight and counter. This is a game mode Bandai could add to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. In this video, I want to talk about game modes Bandai could add to Sparking Zero. And the first game mode which I'm going to talk about is where they restrict players to not have sparking mode at all in this game mode. Then you're not able to charge ki at all. It will be a melee heavy game mode where people can just improve on the most important and enjoyable aspect of the game, which is melee, offense and defense. I think in ranked or player match as well, but especially when you hopped in on rank, you hop in, you see the character and you think they got instant sparking mode, and you got to watch out for it. You got to be checking their skill points, and you're fighting sometimes it's really enjoyable. It's a great fight. You're fighting neck and neck, and then they go into instant sparking mode, and the fun match that it was becomes just pain. It's not enjoyable. There are those who just want to melee with other people, but I think there are plenty of people who are too afraid of their opponents using instant sparking mode, so they do it first. Or like what I do is, as soon as my opponent goes to instant sparking mode, they respond with instant sparking mode back. I think if you have a game mode where you take away sparking mode in general, people have to rely on melees and combos. People won't have to worry about, oh, is my opponent going to go into instant sparking mode, which is going to completely change the game. They can actually just have a nice Dragon Ball style match. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero already has character restrictions. They have no flying. This is on the tournament mode. They have the customizations. So they could add this to player match, or they could even make a separate ranked mode and maybe call it Combo King or Melee Rush. Players here can strategize and learn their opponent's moves. What are their opponents trying to do? Are they low sweeping? Are they going to do low? You should respond with low guard, high guard. And I think this will be higher skill, and it will be a fun game mode for people who, are just kind of tired of the sparking mode, the race to sparking mode, which is ranked right now. This can take place in a ranked mode or tournament mode, where we could pretty much make everyone like the androids. They can't charge up ki. You take out sparking mode. There'll be less complaints about cheese on this game mode. And now I know potentially there will be some really overpowered characters here, like androids 19s and Dr. Gero, but all the androids in general, and they probably be king here. But I think that's the point of the game. You kind of want to take away power from the most overpowered characters and have a game mode where actually there's some other characters who could be. There's always going to be a meta. Do you know what I mean? And I think this will just be more fun for people to get better at the game as well. And I think you'll probably see here the true Z ranks appear. The second game mode Bandai could add is a battle where people can play 3v3, 2v2, and 2 to 4 players pick a side, and 2 of them fight together as a team. Others can spectate and ask to switch in like WWE. We will have the switching function in Sparking Zero, where you switch in with let's say someone picks Gogeta and you have MUI Goku and you switch to Gogeta. Now your teammate comes in to help you in the fight, and the fight goes on. And this would be very hectic. It could be quite laggy. Again, this could be something that takes a year or 2 to implement. But again, this is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is a long-term game, and so these are some of the game modes that I thought could actually help spice up the game a little bit. Another thing for online, before I go to offline, is they need to make player matchmaking system the same as ranked. It should be faster, and people shouldn't have to create a room to fight just a normal online match without playing ranked. Now for offline, they need to bring back survival mode for offline modes. Survival is from Tenkaichi, and it pits one fighter against 50 others in a bout to see how long the player can last, basically like a time trial. And depending on how you defeat your opponents, you will earn more points for your final score, which can be ranked from F to Z, obviously Z being the highest. Any character can be chosen, And you could have some where only one character can be chosen or a specific group of characters can be chosen, and you fight against a specific group of 1 to 50 characters. After every fight, the player's health is replenished by 1 health bar, or you could even make a harder challenge where your health bar is not increased at all after a fight, and then you return to the next round. As the round passes, the computer's difficulty will keep increasing all the way to level 50. I mean, this will be great for all players, but especially those who really don't want to grind away on ranked and want to play exclusively offline, and they can have a way to compete against other players without playing online, competing for the highest grade and the quickest time. They could also compete with, oh, you know, I did it with Yajirobe or Chaozu at this time, you know, or they could even be just a specific survival mode where you have to play as Yajirobe or Chaozu or Master Roshi or whatever, or a weaker character. Now, I think other aspects of the game and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero are great. You know, I think custom battles are great. Story mode is good. And they could add more stories, especially to Vegeta's story mode. They should have had a Dragon Ball Super arc there. But maybe Bandai will eventually add those. And they need to have story mode on hard mode or super mode throughout. I think normal is too easy for some of us, and they can also just keep normal and easy for those who struggle. But that's the video. Let me know what game modes you think Bandai could add to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and have a great day.